and what they mean precisely for Bitcoin, the future of finance, and how indeed it challenges the traditional system. Let's get right into it.
So my coming out of a career in finance, traditional finance, my focus was from an investment point of view and talking about the world, trying to figure out what was going on. Things were, really irrational.
Yeah.
Everything's closed. Stock market's going up.
Yeah.
This didn't make sense to us.
Interview, Eric reflects on how Bitcoin, for him, started purely as an investment tool, but eventually opened up deeper questions about economics and indeed the broader geopolitical landscape. Personally, I think this transition from seeing Bitcoin as just a digital asset to realizing its world-changing potential is something every serious investor goes through. It's when you truly grasp how it challenges the fiat system that Bitcoin becomes more than just digital gold.
This time when I brought it up, during COVID, his response was different. He said, "Tell me more about that," and that's what we talked about for a few weeks. And then at the end of that few weeks, he said, "Well, if I wanted to buy some of this, how would I go about buying it?" And then I got him set up to buy it and then reconsider everything, right? To use it as a store of value for the $500 million that his company had on the balance sheet. So he's the one who kind of like tilted things and looked at it a little differently.
Eric recounts how he unintentionally orange-pilled Michael Saylor, showing him the potential of Bitcoin. Saylor's shift in perspective from viewing it as a personal investment to using it as a treasury asset for MicroStrategy highlights how transformative Bitcoin can be for businesses. To me, this is an example of how Bitcoin isn't just a hedge against inflation, but a strategic tool for financial sustainability in the corporate world. Saylor's journey mirrors what many large companies will likely go through as they adopt Bitcoin.
And, as a result of being the person who orange pilled him, I also became, the person who talked to him throughout this entire journey and shared a lot of learnings and observations. But what else have I just accepted what I've been told instead of questioning it?
Eric points out that Bitcoin doesn't just change how we view money, it shifts our entire world view. Now, in my opinion, this resonates with a lot of Bitcoiners. Once you go down the rabbit hole, you start to see how deeply flawed the traditional financial system is, and how Bitcoin offers an alternative. It's not just about profits, it's about reshaping our relationship with money and institutions.
This is the history of this country. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You read some Rothbard and you realize that's not the history of this country at all.
Yeah.
That's actually not what happened, right? And so that's changed the way I view a lot of things.
Here, Eric delves into how understanding Bitcoin leads people to question inflation data. My take? This is a crucial insight. Bitcoin forces you to confront the truth about the inflation numbers governments put out. When you compare those numbers to the rising cost of living, it's clear that something doesn't add up. Bitcoin's fixed supply stands in stark contrast to fiat currency, which can be printed at will, and that's why it's so attractive as a hedge.
I think, first of all, it's not everyone that starts to question things, right?
Yeah.
The majority of my investors in Bitcoin investment group, which is for family offices and high net worth individuals, very few of those people are questioning things, this inflation number. What's the basket of goods that they're using? Why did this used to be in the basket of goods and it's no longer in the basket of goods anymore?
Why are food and energy not in there?
Right. Yeah. And it's like, well, the prices of those things have gone up too much. We can't keep them in there anymore.
Eric talks about how questioning one thing, like inflation data, leads to questioning everything from healthcare to education. Now, I fully agree with this. Once you start peeling back the layers, you soon realize how many aspects of our lives are shaped by distorted information and indeed centralized control. Bitcoin encourages critical thinking. It's not just about questioning money, but questioning how systems work and who benefits from them.
And then the scary thing is, like, it can come unraveled in any area you want to look at. It's not just finance and
Right.
money. You can look at it as it relates to health or food or, all these other things.
Media.
You would have had
Wow.
me taking it. So you just start questioning things, which I think is healthy, but it's also can be depressing,
Can be depressing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric points out that adopting Bitcoin can feel isolating, but Bitcoin conferences offer a great sense of community. Now, I believe this is one of the most important aspects of the Bitcoin journey, finding like-minded individuals who share your values and skepticism of the current system. It's not just about Bitcoin as an asset, but the broader movement toward financial sovereignty. As we have seen in this video, Bitcoin isn't just a financial tool, it's a lens through which you start to question everything around you. Whether it's the financial system, inflation, or even healthcare, Bitcoin challenges the narratives we've been fed for so long. If you're on this journey too, know that you're not alone. There's a growing community of people discovering these truths. Make sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into Bitcoin, blockchain and indeed the future of finance. So I'll see you next time.